All those things you said I never did, you lied to me. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Turn of the Mac. What's up, everybody? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. And welcome to the afternoon feeding frenzy, where I come out here and feed these guys and they get frenzied. You know what I mean? They swim all around. They get see. Look, they're excited right now. Look at it. They're like, okay, hurry up, get it over with, get us our food. I guess they want to get fed. They want to get fed. So, unless you've been up underneath a rock, you know that we signed Everson Griffin. I hope I got it right this time. Forgive me for being a name butcher, but that's what I do. My dyslexia comes through, and it's just one of those things. You know, you can either deal with it and understand that I'm going to mispronounce people's names and I'm going to get things wrong, or you don't. In which case, you don't have to be here. Just understand that's just the way it is. You know, you get the good and the bad. It's just it. In life, you get the good and the bad. And if you don't like that, then you move on. So, it's funny, watch it before I get to that. The Seattle Seahawks had a cornerback. I don't think it was a big name cornerback. There's nobody I recognize. In fact, I can't even remember the guy's name because, well, I'm a name butcher and I'm not even going to name him to butcher it. So there's that. But this brother here, you know, they're staying in a team hotel for training camp. This brother here, I don't know if he's a brother or not. I'm just saying. He tries to sneak a woman in and has her dressed up in Seattle Seahawks gear like it's a player into the team hotel. NFL ain't playing. I ain't playing with you. They caught him and they cut his ass right there and sent a message. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when you have like a war movie or old western or something like this, you know, and they say, you know what? If anybody has any objections or anything else, please step forward and speak. And dude says, yeah, I don't want to go on this thing. Okay, bam. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Put everybody on notice right there that, listen, we ain't playing. And see, this is the problem with dealing with this coronavirus. It only takes one mother humper. You know, and maybe she didn't have anything, maybe he didn't have anything. Well, you know, that may be cool. But if she did and exposed him, and he exposed the team, all of a sudden now everybody's got it. And this lies the problem. It only takes one person to screw it all up for everybody else. And this is the problem that I think college football is going to have. When you talk about the studs of the campus. You're a football player. You know you're going places. You know women are falling all over themselves to be with you because you are a football player that may be going places. Are you going to tell me that these college football players are going to go to practice and then go to the dorm and study and not be around anybody else? Be for real. Be for real. So, anyway, back to our Dallas Cowboys. Sorry about that commercial interruption, but we got to take care of business. Oh, and taking care of business too. Good luck, Eagles, because the price tag for your tight ends just went up, and you're already in cap hell. So, there's that. Now, it was about 5 weeks or so ago, we had a feeding frenzy right here. Because that was the time when people were talking about Clowney saying, hey, man, I'd like to play for the Cowboys. And the question is, really, what teams has he said he'd not like to play for? He's looking for a paycheck. So, of course, he's going to say the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody says the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because, you know, you'll get paid and you're going to be in the spotlight. What everybody wants. And so we had so many people here talking about, you know, let's get Clowney. And I was like, you know, I got a better alternative for you. I said, listen, Clowney had, 3 sacks last year? And I actually said this. I said, you can take Clowney sacks last year. You can take D-Law sacks there together. You can combine the two of those together, and guess what? You didn't have what Griffin had last year. And I said, unlike Clowney, who was looking for, originally like $22 million, he dropped it down to like 18. Now he's saying he'd work for about 12. You got Griffin for $3 million with $3 million in incentive. You stole the man. And this is a guy who last year had 8 sacks. 8 sacks last year. So, I sat here, right here. Actually, I laid down because I was playing with the fish and said that right there. I also talked about Gallimore too. Yeah, Gallimore. That was the guy I said I want from the draft. Gallimore, okay? And now here, I'm going to give you another one right now. As we sit here, now that teams are actually allowed to start doing tryouts with players and stuff. And no, I'm not talking about Des Bryant. But it appears to me that the Dallas Cowboys are doing something that they have not done in a long time, and that is being very, very aggressive in free agents. You can see between Gerald McCoy, Dontari Poe, between Everson Griffin, and Clinton Dix. Clinton Dix. The Cowboys have literally revamped the defense completely. New philosophy. They're out with the old, and we're changing philosophies. We're bringing in people that are going to be studs to play. I want to say we brought in 4 Pro Bowl players. Well, if you're all in on this defense, you'll remember a few weeks ago when we were talking about Jamal Adams. And people were saying, man, Jamal Adams, he's a generational guy. Trade for him. It's worth it. Take a first and a third, maybe a player. And I kept saying, I'm not trying to give up that much cheddar for one guy. And if you believe that the Dallas Cowboys are going all in with the chips, I got a solution, kind of like I did with Griffin when I was out here before. Another guy who right now doesn't have a home, who plays safety, who last year had 130 tackles, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 6 pass defenses, and 4 sacks. Yeah. That guy is currently a free agent. That guy played for the Carolina Panthers last year with Ron Rivera. Eric Reed. Now, I know how, as Jerry Jones, things have changed over the last 2 years. Things have changed over the last 2 years, and we're talking about grace. We're talking about grace. You've already got 2 players, in Gerald McCoy and Dontari Poe, who basically have called out the owner and said, hey, this is important to me and my people. Eric Reed was there with Colin Kaepernick and originally kneeling. Eric Reed is a player. Eric Reed, in that rotation of safeties, makes your team that much better. We're talking about grace and listening. And if we're talking about winning, if we're talking about getting a safety, this would be his 7th year, I believe, getting a safety who I believe has as many tackles last year as Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods put together. That you don't have to give up any draft picks for. In fact, since he is unemployed currently, you could do that 1-year deal like you did with Gerald McCoy. Emerson Griffin. A prove-it year. a proven year, and if it doesn't work out, if it ends up being that you just don't like the flavor of what you got from him, and he ends up having a great season, he leaves and goes someplace else, and you get a compensatory pick. So instead of having to have given up, 2 number ones went for Jamal Adams, you potentially could get this guy hungry, trying to make a name for himself at a reasonable number. But, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll that comes out here to feed the fish. Just a thought, Cowboys. Just a thought. I don't know if you guys listen to me or not, but if you do, you might want to check out Eric Reed. Suey! Hey, Suey! What's up, fishy? Hey, how you doing? What's up? Hey, guys, what's up? All right, let me get you some food. Here you guys go. All right, guys, I'm Mark Holmes, and you've been watching The Feeding Frenzy. I'll see you guys later. I'll be in the workshop. We'll be doing a live stream. And tomorrow, friends, because you know how much I respect my quarterback. And you know how much we're trying to upgrade the studio and to keep bringing you the best news on the Dallas Cowboys. What we're doing, any super chats that we get tomorrow night during our live stream, anybody who super chats or donates to the channel will be in the drawing for an autographed Dak Prescott shirt. Yeah. So there's that. So I'll be in the workshop a little bit later doing a live stream while I'm working on some of the racks and stuff. And if you super chat then, boom, you're added. If you come on the show tomorrow night, boom, we'll get you put into the drawing. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you soon.